Welcome to the Rundown. This is the bit where Mariana and I go through what actually happened this week in occupational health. And, given it's mid-July and half of Europe is basically on fire, we kind of have to start with heat.
We do. And I want to lead with a number that should be a scandal and somehow just isn't.
Go.
2022. Roughly 61,000 deaths across the EU attributed to summer heat. 61,000.
Now, to be fair, that's not all workers.
No, that's the whole population, you're right. But 1 in 5 workers in the EU says they've been exposed to extreme heat on the job in the last year. 1 in 5.
That's enormous.
And heat's a weird risk, right? Because it doesn't look like a hazard. There's no blood, no bang. The guy just slows down, gets confused, stops sweating, and then he goes down.
And it hides in the records, too. The death certificate says heart attack, not he was laying asphalt at 41 degrees.
Exactly. The heat pulls the trigger and never leaves a fingerprint. So it's always undercounted. Always.
Okay, so here's the news hook, and it's a genuinely clean contrast. Spain and the United States are in completely opposite places right now.
Ooh, this is a good one.
So, Spain already has a rule. Royal Decree Law 4 of 2023. When the weather agency, AEMET, puts out an orange or red heat alert for your area, the employer is legally required to adapt the work.
Change the hours.
Change the hours, cut the exposure, and if you genuinely can't make it safe, you stop. Work stops.
And they pushed it further this year. In April, Spain formally signed on to the International Labour Convention that says a safe and healthy workplace is a fundamental right.
Which sounds abstract, but
it's not. There was this deal with the hospitality sector, bars, restaurants, to actually close the outdoor terraces during extreme heat alerts.
So the waiter's not out in the blaze so someone can have a cold beer in it.
Right. The person serving the drink is a person too. Wild concept.
Okay, now, the United States. The U.S. has been trying to pass a federal heat standard. It was proposed, formally, back in August 2024. There were hearings. Comment period closed end of 2025. And that's it. It's stalled. There is still, in 2026, no finished federal rule protecting American workers from heat.
So what do they actually have?
They updated something called a National Emphasis Program this year, which basically means we'll prioritize inspecting places where heat's a risk.
So, enforcing a standard that doesn't exist.
Enforcing a rule that hasn't been written. It's better than nothing, but it's not a rule.
And meanwhile, the US labor stats counted 479 workers dead from heat between 2011 and 2022. And that's the undercount we just talked about. The real number's higher.
So, one country wrote the rule. The other's been holding hearings while the summers get hotter.
And I'll say the uncomfortable thing. Spain didn't write that rule out of the goodness of anyone's heart. They wrote it after people died. There was a street sweeper in Madrid a few summers back.
I remember that.
The rule has a body behind it. They almost always do.
They almost always do. Okay, second story. Total change of temperature, pun fully intended. Artificial intelligence walking into the occupational health clinic.
Ah, the robots.
So there's a wave of research out this year. Reviews, meta-analyses on AI and workers' mental health. And it's genuinely two-faced.
Okay, give me the good face first.
Good face. AI and wearables can pick up early signs of fatigue and stress. Heart rate variability, that kind of thing. Sometimes before the worker even notices it himself. And the AI chat support tools. The studies say they can actually reduce depression and distress, with effects inside a couple of months.
Okay, and you can hear me getting nervous.
I can hear you getting nervous.
Because who's holding the data? You put a device on a worker that detects his stress. Lovely. Detects it for whom?
Ah,
For his doctor, who's bound by confidentiality? Or for his boss, who now has a dashboard of which employees are high stress this quarter?
and the research literally names this. It says embedding AI in the workplace creates new psychosocial risks. The surveillance itself, the pressure, not knowing if the algorithm's deciding whether you keep your job.
Right. So the tool that's meant to protect his mental health becomes the thing wrecking it. He's being watched to see if he's stressed, which is stressful.
It eats its own tail.
And it's the lead thing again. Episode 1. The number, or here, the data, is only ever as good as who's allowed to hold it.
It's always who holds it.
It's always who holds it. That's the whole show, honestly.
It's becoming a theme. Okay, quick hits before we go. 3 fast ones.
Lightning round.
First, EU OSHA just launched its big multi-year campaign, 2026 to 2028, and the theme is psychosocial risks and mental health, specifically in the jobs everyone forgets: gig workers, care workers, the overlooked sectors.
Good. About time somebody looked there.
Second, small transparency one. From the 1st of July, there's an EU chemicals change. The names of the companies notifying substances become public in the classification inventory.
Oh, I love a boring transparency win.
It's very nerdy.
The boring ones are the real ones. If you can't see who put the chemical in the room, you can't hold anyone to it.
And third, Europe's senior labor inspectors put out a new guide for inspecting asbestos.
Asbestos. In 2026. Still the #1 occupational cancer.
It never really leaves.
It never leaves. We banned it, and it's still killing people who breathed it 30 years ago.
So, the canary this week.
Go on.
The canary this week is that contrast we opened on. Spain wrote the heat rule after the funerals. The US is still holding hearings, and the difference between those two isn't science. Everyone's got the same thermometers. It's whether somebody decided the worker's life was worth a rule before the body, or only after.
Before or after the body. That's the whole of our job, in 5 words. Stay cool this week. Genuinely, if you work outside, drink before you're thirsty. Take care of the people who keep it running.
This has been the Canary Principle.